Observation is a very simple and natural thing, yet most people do not truly know what it means to observe. We think we are observing when we look at something with our eyes or when we notice what someone is doing or saying. But real observation is much deeper than that. It is not just about looking outside. It is about looking within, watching the movement of our own mind, watching how we think, how we react, how we feel, and how those feelings and thoughts come and go. Observation begins when we become still and silent inside and simply start noticing everything without trying to change anything. We are not trying to control the mind, not trying to stop the thoughts, not labeling anything as good or bad. We are just watching, like sitting by the side of a river and watching the water flow. We watch our thoughts, our emotions, our desires, our fears, and all the subtle movements inside us. But who is watching? This is the mystery. Who is the observer? At first, it seems like we are separate from the thing we are watching. There is a watcher and there is the watched. But when we go deeper into observation, we start to see that the observer is not separate from what is being observed. The observer is part of the observation. The mind creates the illusion that there is a me who is watching something else. But in pure awareness, this division disappears. The me is also a thought, also part of the movement that we are watching. So, in true observation, we begin to observe the observer itself. We watch the one who is watching. And this brings great clarity. When we observe without judgment, without naming, without interpreting, a great silence begins to arise. The mind is usually noisy, full of thoughts jumping from one thing to another. Thoughts about the past, regrets, memories, things that hurt us, or things that gave us joy. Thoughts about the future, fears, plans, dreams, worries. Thoughts that come from our conditioning, from what society has taught us, from what parents, teachers, religion, media have told us. Thoughts that are not really ours, but have become part of us because we never questioned them. In observation, we begin to see all these thoughts clearly. We start noticing how a small word from someone can create a storm in the mind. We see how we live in reactions. Someone praises us, we feel happy. Someone insults us, we feel angry. And all this is happening mechanically. We are not really living freely. We are simply reacting according to old patterns. When we observe closely, we see that thought is very fast, very clever, always trying to protect the self, the image we have of ourselves. We see thoughts like, I am not good enough. I must succeed. People should like me. Why did he say that to me? What if I fail? And many more. These thoughts come because the mind is afraid, insecure, always seeking comfort, attention, importance, safety. And when we observe with deep attention, we realize that the mind is constantly trying to escape the present moment, either running toward some future hope or running away from some past pain. The types of thoughts that come are many. There are emotional thoughts filled with feelings of sadness, anger, joy, or fear. There are repetitive thoughts that keep coming back again and again like a broken record. There are desire-based thoughts, wanting something, craving for pleasure, running after some dream. There are thoughts based on comparison. I am better. He is richer. She is more beautiful. And all these thoughts come because the mind has been trained to function in certain ways. It always wants more. It always wants to become something. It always wants to be right. But when we observe these thoughts without judging them, without saying this is a bad thought or this should not be there, we begin to see something very beautiful. We see that the thoughts have no power on their own. They only have power when we identify with them. A thought is just a movement, just an energy passing by. But when we say, this is my thought, and we hold on to it, then it creates suffering. Observation teaches us to let the thought pass, just like clouds passing in the sky. We watch it come, we watch it go. We don't chase it, we don't fight it, we don't follow it. We just see it. During observation, something amazing happens. We begin to see the mind as it is, not as we wish it to be. We see that the mind is full of habits, full of old memories, full of dreams and wounds and opinions. And we also begin to see that these thoughts are not permanent. They are always changing. One moment we are happy, next moment we are angry, then again we are calm. The mind keeps shifting like the weather. So why do we take it so seriously? Why do we believe everything it says? Observation gives us freedom from this slavery to thought. We no longer react to every emotion or opinion. We see them, and in seeing, we are free. And in this seeing, we also begin to feel a deep silence that was hidden behind the noise. This silence is not something we create. It is already there, but we were not aware of it because we were lost in the noise of the mind. As we continue to observe, we become more and more quiet inside. And in this quietness, a new intelligence is born, not the intelligence of books or logic, but a pure living intelligence that sees clearly, that understands deeply, that is not confused by the tricks of thought. Now the question arises, how to observe the observer? This is a subtle and powerful step. Normally, we are observing the body, the breath, the emotions, the thoughts. But who is doing this observation? Is there a separate self sitting inside us watching all this? When we look into this, we find something surprising. The observer we believed in, the I who is watching, is also a creation of the mind. It is also a thought, the central thought that says, I am watching. So now we turn our attention to this sense of I. We observe this feeling of being the observer. And again, we do not try to control or analyze. We simply watch. We ask, who is this observer? Where is it located? What is its nature? And slowly, we begin to see that there is no fixed observer. There is just observing. There is awareness, but no one who owns it. It is like the sky, vast, open, not belonging to anyone. The observer melts into the observation. The I that was watching disappears and only the watching remains. This is a moment of great transformation. In this moment, there is no division between the one who sees and the thing being seen. Everything is one. There is only pure awareness, without a center. This awareness is not personal. It is not my awareness. It is just awareness. Like the light of the sun, it shines on everything without preference. This deep observation brings great peace and joy. It is not the joy of excitement or pleasure, but a quiet joy. A joy of being free from conflict, free from confusion. When we observe with total attention, we begin to live differently. We are not controlled by anger, fear, or desire. We see them when they arise, and they disappear on their own. We live with awareness. We eat, walk, talk, and work with a sense of presence. Life becomes simpler, more beautiful. We are not chasing happiness. We are living in the moment. We are not avoiding pain. We are understanding it. Observation is the key to understanding life. It is not a technique. It is not something to practice for results. It is a way of being, a way of seeing everything, the outer world and the inner world, with fresh eyes, without filters, without opinions. And as this observation deepens, we begin to see the truth of everything. Not through thoughts, not through conclusions, but through direct seeing. So the journey begins with watching simple things, the breath, the sounds, the thoughts. And slowly it goes deeper, watching the emotions, the reactions, the inner conflicts. And then even deeper, watching the watcher, observing the observer, until the watcher itself dissolves. In that moment, there is just awareness, just presence, just being. No conflict, no duality, no division. And from that silence, right action flows, love flows, understanding flows. Observation is the door to freedom. Not freedom in the future, but freedom here and now. And anyone who is willing to be still and to look deeply can walk through that door.